a two-time New York Times bestselling author, a Forbes contributor for almost a decade, and the founding CEO of your best-selling book. I'm passionate about helping accomplished executives like you share their stories with the world through authoring a high-quality, impactful book. Now, you might be thinking, hey, I'm a CEO, not a writer. Why write a book? And how can I possibly find the time? I'll tell you why. You have a story to tell, a story filled with valuable insights gleaned from your years of leading, innovating, and overcoming challenges in your field. And sharing that story can be transformative, both for you and your readers. A book can establish you as a thought leader, enhancing your credibility and influence. It can attract higher paying clients and customers, opening doors to exciting new opportunities. And it can cement your legacy, leaving a lasting impact on your industry and beyond. But let's be realistic. Writing a book, let alone a bestseller, is a daunting task, especially with the demands of an executive schedule. Luckily, you have 3 options for accomplishing this task. 1, write it yourself. Set aside a few hours each week to do a deep dive into your life experience. You can begin by culling your digital archives. Chances are, as a leader, you have a library of articles you've written, speeches you've given, podcast interviews you've done, and even posts to LinkedIn and other social media. Well, you can draw on all of this, bring it together, and it will be an excellent start to your book. But in the end, if you're going to write your own book, it's butt in the chair time for you. I hate to say it, but you just have to put in serious effort to your creation. The good news is it's well worth the time you invest. I guarantee you that you'll learn a great deal from this experience and grow as a person. You can also use generative AI. So in the past year, I've had 2 clients come to me for book coaching with manuscripts completely written, saying, I just want you to elevate this to New York Times bestseller status. Well, I took a quick glance at their books and I realized what a Herculean task this was going to be. What they delivered was what I call AI slop. If you ask ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or numerous other tools to write a book for you, I guarantee you it will not be anywhere close to New York Times bestseller status. Why is that? Because AI cannot tell your stories. It has not lived your life. It does not speak in your voice. Where are the personal anecdotes? Where is the vulnerability? It's so generic. It's so boring. You know what? It kind of sounds like reading a user manual most of the time. Now that said, I do lean heavily on AI these days to help me write. It's a great organizational tool, and it can help you to generate a table of contents, generate a bunch of different title and subtitle ideas, edit your grammar, and check out Notebook LM. Oh my gosh, this is an amazing tool for organizing. But what it can do is really write a good, high quality, interesting, unique voice story of your own. Okay? So please don't use it to write your book from start to finish. The third option is you can hire a ghostwriter. Now, if the entire prospect of writing a book sounds daunting, take a deep breath. You don't have to do the heavy lifting all by yourself. You can hire a ghostwriter. When I first entered the world of New York publishing back in the 90s, I had no idea that all kinds of celebrities, from politicians to singers and musicians to athletes, they hardly ever write their own book. They use ghostwriters. And guess what? A recent study published by publishing experts revealed that ghost-written books sell 4 times better. My journey began when a doctor friend who's 15 years older told me that he wanted to write a book and asked if I'd like to do it for him. So I wrote the proposal, emailed it out to all my friends, said, will anyone give me some feedback? And can you believe it? Someone who was a friend of a friend offered to take a look at it. I was so thrilled just thinking I'd get some edits from her. Instead, she wrote back to me the next week and said, we never do this, we're buying your book. From there, I got started with a mentor who said, you can do this for a living. I was like, do what for a living? She said, ghostwrite. And here I am 25 years later, still helping people bring their books into the world. When you work with a ghostwriter, you run the show. You determine the target audience, the topic, and the tone that you want to take. But the experienced professional does all the heavy lifting for you, gathering your digital archives together and conducting numerous extensive Zoom interviews, acting like a documentary filmmaker as they ask you questions about your life to draw out those really interesting stories, and they write it in your voice. It's really great to work with a ghostwriter if you're a busy executive and you just can't imagine finding the time to write your own book. So, if you have ever thought about writing your own book, let me tell you, now is the time. Books act like virtual calling cards and they lend you so much credibility. They just get you into the room with a higher caliber of person. And you can feel confident that in the end, you'll be holding a product that you're proud of, and it won't just impact you in the immediate term by bringing in new clients, speaking gigs, media appearances. It's a legacy that you can leave behind for your family, your children, your grandchildren, for employees at your company to know 10, 20, 30 years from now what you're all about. I can't guarantee you a New York Times bestseller, but it is achievable with the right strategy, investments. You can definitely have an Amazon bestseller, and you can definitely have an impactful book. If you're interested, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, MeiMei Fox, and my team at Your Bestselling Book. We can't wait to get it out into the world to help you share your stories and inspire others to achieve success in life as you have.